in April. Having won the penalty, he stepped up to take it himself. Niall Quinn saved, and City won the match 2-1. Quinn starts tonight's match in his more customary role as goal scorer. He got the winner at Coventry on Saturday. Tony Coton's return is the only change to the City team. Keith Curle makes his home debut as the new Manchester City captain. He'll have heard all about Steve McManaman's exciting Liverpool debut at the weekend. Quite apart from bringing his pace and skill into Graham Souness's team, he brings to 9 the total of Englishmen in the current Liverpool lineup. An important plus with the return to Europe less than a month away. It's the same team that came from behind to beat Oldham, and incidentally the average age of the team is down to 27 again. Presiding over matters tonight, referee Paul Baines. I wonder how many First Division teams harbour genuine hopes of the Championship at this time of the season. Manchester City and Liverpool have again proved that they can spend with the best of them. Paraded tonight the summer's 3 most expensive English signings, but both can and will spend again in pursuit of the star prize. Steve Nicol, the Liverpool right back, 4 towards Dean Saunders. 1 by McManaman, and then back by the combined forces of Reid and Mexon. Not since 1975 has the Championship trophy been away from Anfield for more than a year. Not since 1968 has it resided in the city of Manchester. Quinn finding White. Man's challenge. White's back pass. It's a very sultry evening. And if the temperatures are high above ground level, they are right down there in the middle, and the tackling has been fierce. Offside against Saunders. That's for Quinn. Mexon. Quinn, in fact, did the Liverpool's defence job for them because he blocked the shot. Quinn it was who caused the initial problems, and then he got in the way of Mexon's shot. Ablett doing well against Quinn. McMahon finding only Reid. Brightwell just showed too much of the ball to Burrows. He had Hill overlapping, he was looking that way. Houghton had Nicol overlapping, but found only Poynton. Here's Niall Quinn. Poynton and White are waiting in the middle. Mexon's now joined them. Chance for Gary Mexon. Good challenge by Ablett. Grobbelaar is able to make the catch on his line. Well, Gary Mexon's only ever scored twice for Manchester City. He could almost have had a couple in the opening 10 minutes of this match. That was a well-timed burst to the edge of the Liverpool box, but Ablett blocked him. David White, Ablett in the way again. Hill. Quinn waiting. Away by Houghton. Poynton. Reid killed instantly. Brightwell in support. David White. Hit and hope, but Ablett was in the way. Then White was in the way. But it's fallen kindly for Grobbelaar. Hectic stuff. David White in the midst of it. Mexon. Always looking for the ball over the top for the speed of David White. He's charged it down from Burrows, and Grobbelaar has to make the save. It's such an option for a team when you've got a man as fast as David White up front. You can just throw it over the opposing defence and he'll make something of it. And White's speed and strength forced the corner. Brennan takes. Flick at the near post. Brightwell smuggled off the line. Niall Quinn touched it on. Ian Brightwell steered it goalwards, but somehow Liverpool managed to get the ball away. Ian Brightwell so unlucky. Quinn got the perfect touch on, but Grobal, it was on the line, who did the necessary. Appeals for handball. Referee had a good view. McManaman. Barnes. Houghton's made a good run into the box, but not there. Clean challenge by Burrows. Steve McManaman. Awkward for Coates, he might just have got a touch. Saunders was closing in at the far post, and here is Dean Saunders. Steve Nicol. Curl at full stretch. Way by Poynton. McMahon. Burrows again. Barnes. Burrows cross. Curl away. Only as far as Steve McMahon. I think he was in two minds there for a moment, McMahon. He was tempted to shoot as the ball dropped for him. But Steve McManaman's speed and skill again to the fore. And Tony Cohn did really well. Foul by Steve Redmond on Steve McManaman. Away by Curl. Quinn helped on. David White onside, clear of Gary Ablett. He scored! 29 minutes gone. David White gives Manchester City the lead. You can almost guarantee that at some stage during a game, David White's leg speed will get him one-on-one with an opposing goalkeeper, but he doesn't always finish as decisively as this. No arguing with that. Great finish. Robert marooned, Ablett undone, and White makes it Manchester City 1, Liverpool 0. 16 goals in the First Division last season, twice as many as he scored the previous season. He is a rapidly maturing talent. Plenty for Graham Souness to think about. Half an hour gone, and his team are behind. Bannerman got a foot in, but only for Reid. McMahon biting away. Won't bother Peter Reid. He'll expect nothing less from Steve McMahon. They've battled together in an Everton midfield in days gone by. It's the sort of contest that is anticipated between those two. Ian Brightwell, it's awkward, White's there again! So close to a second, David White. Liverpool, so unlike them, caught napping at the free kick. Brightwell in behind them. And David White, a whisker away, hit the frame of the goal. David Burrows. Throw in. In Liverpool's nature to be patient. They haven't got too much time to be patient with. And there is the half-time whistle. Half which really turned decisively Manchester City's way on David White's goal after 29 minutes. A sequence of 8 games. They came close at Anfield last year, one up with 8 minutes to go. But this is as close as they've been at Main Road for a while. It looks like John Barnes may just push up the middle alongside Dean Saunders more in this second half, with Steve McManaman maybe switched to the left flank more. Here is Saunders. Bounce defeated him. White in bravely. Away by Poynton. White is offside this time. Liverpool's record here at Main Road is legend. 10 wins in their last 11 visits. 10 wins in which they've scored 33 goals. But it's not just City who've been made to suffer here. Liverpool have won 2 post-war FA Cup semi-finals and a Milk Cup final replay on this ground. You may recall that Brian Souness was the winning goal scorer on that occasion in 1984, and that one Peter Reid was in the beaten Everton midfield. Score to settle. And it may not be too long before Mark Walters is figuring in this game. McMahon. Dean Saunders. Sure-footed challenge by Neil Poynton. Redmond. White. Good control from David White. He was tumbled by Ablett after the ball had gone. Reid having to beat his own prostrate player as well as Burrows and Whelan. Hill. David White is back on his feet now as Quinn gives it away to Ablett. Ball and carnage for Steve McMahon. On towards Dean Saunders. Now he's got Ray Houghton and Steve McMahon in support. And here's Ray Houghton. Brilliant save by Coton. Astonishing stop by the Manchester City goalkeeper. Ray Houghton made a great run into the penalty area there. Dean Saunders picked him out perfectly. But Cote is a big man and he made a big obstacle for Houghton to pass. Found White, and White has got beyond Ablett. He's got no support, he doesn't need it. He's claiming a goal. No, says the linesman, who was very well placed. Now he's given it. Now he's given it. 2-0. David White has been awarded a second goal. Liverpool have gone to the linesman, who certainly didn't give any clear indication at first, although he was in a great position right down by the flag. But after consulting the referee, David White's shot was ruled to have crossed the line as it thundered down off the crossbar. And I don't think you can argue with that. Manchester City are 2 up. Great turn by David White. Well, it was Geoff Hurst all over again, wasn't it? Goal given. David White second. It's Manchester City second. It's come 19 minutes into the second half. And David White has doubled his money. And Manchester City have doubled their lead. 2-0. Peter Reid. Well, there'll be a lot of talk about that goal. We cleared up any doubts about offside over David White's first. I have a feeling that the camera alongside the goal gives a pretty clear indication that David White's shot had crossed the line. He won't care what it shows. The goal's been given. Took it beautifully in his stride. He had to shoot, he had nobody with him. And what a shot it was. Beat Grobbelaar for pace, thundered against the bar, and that looks to me as if it's bounced over the line. 5 titles in 7 years as a Liverpool player, 4 titles in 5 years as a Rangers manager. He almost expects to win championships. His expectations aren't too high tonight, though. Not anymore. Not thanks to David White.
Hey, Sheldon, we've got to keep going through the middle. Keep shots in.
Sam Ellis kicking every ball. We're into the final quarter. And Sam Ellis's team lead Liverpool by 2 goals to 0. White well in ahead of Burrows, and here comes White again. Held up by Mark Wright this time. He's not dispossessed him, though. Now, was he trying? Oh! Well, that would have been some way to go to a hat-trick, wouldn't it? Full marks to Bruce Grobbelaar for his agility. Backpedaling. He can't have expected that from White. It was inch perfect. City have the corner. Wright and Whelan rather got in each other's way there. Got the job done, though. Clearly not at full fitness, though. Mexon. In Brightwell. Andy Hill. McManaman back helping out. Steve Nicol. Just brushed off the ball by White. It was a foul. He used his arm and elbow. But he's not just quick, he's a beautifully built athlete too. He's so strong. Liverpool have to make another substitution because Mark Wright can't continue. There's a centre-half, a tall centre-half comes off, so a rather diminutive central midfield player, Mike Marsh, comes on in his place. And Liverpool will have to regroup. Marsh will play in midfield, Steve Nicol will go to centre-half, and Ronnie Whelan will switch to left-back. Here is Marsh. Dean Saunders. Marsh taking over. McManaman for support. There's Steve McManaman, and Liverpool are back in business. We have just seen the first goal of what is going to be a very exciting career. Steve McManaman, dazed in the process of reviving his team. 15 minutes left to play, and McManaman's brave goal, set up by the other young, locally produced player, Mike Marsh, has maybe changed the course of the match. Marsh did so well, twisting and turning, and the young man with the never-ending surname, Steve McManaman, puts Liverpool back in with a shout. Bill Boersma and Graham Souness living hope again. Dean Saunders, Ray Houghton, Steve McManaman. McMahon has made a forward run. McManaman's control let him down, but his guts won it back. Burrows couldn't quite control it. The supporting players. It's fallen kindly for McManaman, and now for Dean Saunders. Great tackle by Andy Hill. No, penalty given. Penalty given. 8 minutes left to play, and Andy Hill has been penalised, and Liverpool have a precious opportunity to level it from the penalty spot. Well, I don't think Hill got the ball. I think he was going for it, but I don't think he got it. He caught Saunders instead, penalty given, and it looked a good decision second time around. Now it's Dean Saunders who had that penalty saved here by Niall Quinn last season, this time against Tony Coton. Oh, he's hit the crossbar! Burrows maybe, no, away by Keith Curle. What a dramatic finale. Saunders unlucky again from the penalty spot at Main Road. But this time he has only himself to blame. McManaman has won a free kick. Tony Coton couldn't get to it, but it didn't matter. Marsh. Gonna go for it himself. Oh. Another good stop by Coton. Another breathtaking contribution from young Mike Marsh. Took responsibility himself that time, and Coton had to be at his best. Manchester City are desperate to make a substitution. As much as anything, I think, just to try and check Liverpool's momentum. Peter Reid will make way for Adrian Heath, and will stand and suffer the last few agonising minutes from the bench. Adrian Heath, who played in no fewer than 19 Merseyside derbies in his days as an Everton player, knows all about the Liverpool challenge. Pointer looking for Heath. He might find him via Ablett. Great chance for Adrian Heath to tie it up. Bruce Grobbelaar has other ideas, though. That would have put City out of their agony. Doesn't get any easier when you come off. McManaman. Saunders again. Right well it was in with a vital challenge. On by Quinn, away by Abler. Steve McMahon to try and resurrect Liverpool hopes. Headed by Redmond. Clearance by Brightwell. Marsh has run it back though. Ray Houghton. Chance here for Mark Walters to really make a name for himself. Steve McManaman offside, he won't count. Coaten intervened anyway. McManaman was free for a while there. Walters just didn't see him. And by the time he did see him, McManaman was offside and the chance had gone. We played 3 minutes of added time. And that's enough for the referee. It's been a big, big first week for Manchester City. Their first win over Liverpool for nearly 8 years, built around 2 goals by David White, ushering in a new wave of main road optimism. A brilliant first before half-time, a debatable second, answered by Steve McManaman for Liverpool. It was December before Liverpool lost the league match last season. This season, it's happened in August, and it's happened at last at Main Road, under the guidance of Peter Reid, their old adversary, and with the goals of David White. There's one scouser smiling inside Main Road, but it's Peter Reid. The final score is Manchester City 2, Liverpool 1.